This is the story, the fantastically true story of Herbert A. Philbrick, who for 9 frightening years did lead 3 lives. Average citizen, high-level member of the Communist Party, and counter-spy for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. For obvious reasons, the names, dates, and places have been changed, but the story is based on fact. The secret enemies of a nation have objectives that must be elaborately planned and secretly carried out. This week's story deals with one such objective and one such plan. In the advertising business, the morning mail can and usually does bring almost anything. But after a while, you become case-hardened and learn to ignore clever attention-getters. Only a reserved ticket for one on a sightseeing bus in an envelope bearing no return address is more than an attention-getter, when your job is more than just advertising.
Watch your step getting up. Watch your step getting up. Window seat 9, rear of the bus, left side. Watch your step getting up.
Okay, a sightseeing bus is a brilliant idea for a rendezvous. But who sent me the ticket? Who'll be sitting next to me? Comrade or FBI? Neither one, I'd say. If Comrade Elaine didn't happen to be my own cell leader.
Okay, folks. Fasten your safety belts, please. We're off on a magic carpet that will be the smoothest ride you ever took if the city quits ripping up the streets.
Still have your car, Herb?
Yeah,
You usually drive in the town, don't you?
most of the time.
You cover this whole territory pretty much? Both in and out of the city?
That's right.
Good, we can use you.
To go where?
Nearby.
When?
Soon.
Kind of a long bus ride for such a short meeting, isn't it?
If that were the only reason for the bus ride.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're approaching the unincorporated, uninhibited, cozy little suburb of Meadowcrest.
Take a good look at this intersection we're passing. Notice the landmarks? Clock over the bank. Traffic lights. Drugstore across the street. Keep them in mind. See that 3-story gray building half a block down the street to your left?
Mm-hmm.
Remember it. Make a mental note of the vacant lot on your right. One with a signboard on it.
Yeah, you're late going to work, Philbrick. But if you can spend an hour sightseeing with a comrade, you can spend 5 minutes talking about it to the FBI. A package of flints, please. Hello? Hello. I just wanted to tell you that the artwork on that layout of yours is coming along fine.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it.
I ought to have the whole project for you next week. Yeah, there may be a little delay, though. I may have to go out of town, a few short trips.
I see. Well, try to keep in touch with me, will you? I'm very anxious to see how things are going. And thanks for calling.
Don't mention it. Okay. Now the right hand knows what the left is doing. Now back to the office and business as usual. Business on the double. A sightseeing trip was not on today's agenda.
o'clock, Mr. Philbrick. Your appointment at L&R is at 4:30.
4 o'clock. Holy smoke, what happened to 1, 2, and 3? What are my appointments this afternoon?
A.J. Wilkes at 5:30, Mr. Schumann here at 5:45.
Okay. If the Communist Party would only work at overthrowing the government of the United States for 1 week without Herbert A. Philbrick, I might just get caught up. Yeah?
There's a man here to see you.
What's he want?
He says it's important and personal.
Send him in. Well, is there anything else?
No. Except as long as I'm here, I might as well walk down to your car with you.
Nine minutes. It takes exactly 9 minutes to get to Elaine's house from here non-stop, which is precisely what the comrade has in mind, I'm sure. Remember, you're a loyal comrade, Philbrick. But be careful, not too eager.
Come in. I'll try to be brief, comrade.
I'd appreciate it. I've got a lot of things to do this afternoon.
Oh?
I've got a job, comrade. I can't shirk it and keep it, too. Once in a while, you've got to give me a little breathing spell.
An advertising man is usually interested in statistics, is he not?
Usually.
Comrade, since the glorious days of the Revolution, over 35 years ago, the Communist International has taken over the territory of the world at the steady rate of 1,000 square miles a day. 1,000 square miles a day. Breathing spells were not responsible, comrade. Do I make my point?
Yeah. Sorry, comrade. Pressure, I guess.
Forget it. It happens to the best of us. Well, we're due at 5 o'clock. It's 7 miles. We ought to start now.
For where?
Meadowcrest.
How long will we be there?
Shall we go, comrade?
Well, I think I better call my office.
Comrade, you know security?
Yeah, but it's suspicious for a businessman not to phone in.
Very well. The phone's in the hall. Be careful what you say.
If I could leave word with Carol, tell her where I was going, then if the FBI happened to call me...
Hello?
Carol, I've run into some complications. I won't be back until later, so you can go home whenever you're ready.
Do you want me to call your home, Mr. Philbrick?
Yeah, would you please tell my wife not to keep dinner? And if anybody calls... Well, I don't know when I'll be back, so just take the message.
Yes, sir. Is there any place where you can be reached, Mr. Philbrick?
No. No, I'll be out most of the time. And cancel my afternoon appointments, will you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Philbrick.
Shall we go, comrade? Now, you sure you have it straight?
I go to the corner of Lloyd and Main. There's a market there with a big chime clock in a tower. When the chimes strike 5, I wait for the light to turn green, then I cross Main.
What if the light's already green?
I wait for it to go red and then green again. Then I cross Main.
Walking slowly,
My right hand in my pocket, my left hand down at my side.
ready to receive an object.
Then I come back to you here in the car.
With the object. Oh, turn right here, comrade.
his right now. More important, I wonder what he's going to give me. Money? Jewels? Stolen plans? What? It's got to be valuable. It's got to be important. From behind me. And I don't dare look around. A comrade is never supposed to be curious. Besides, what good could it possibly do now? The split second that counted is gone. Okay, Philbrick, the surprise package. When do you peek? If you wait until you get back to the car, it's too late. It's now or never. And here's your chance. You'll see what's so important. A spring. A plain, ordinary spring wrapped in a greasy rag. What's going on? What kind of a game are they playing? Well, you can't turn the spring over to the FBI, but maybe a piece of the rag will mean something. It wasn't very heavy.
You weren't very quick.
Well, I was afraid I was being followed, so I ducked into an alley and hid for a minute.
I know. I saw you. Let's go.
Pete who? What number were you calling?
Sorry, my mistake.
Or is it a mistake? Sorry, wrong number is an old trick if you want to know if anybody's home. Okay, Philbrick, tomorrow's another day. Maybe it won't be so jumpy out. And maybe you ought to get something to eat. You can worry better on a full stomach.
And the hot sandwich are the only entrees left.
Yeah?
We're very proud of the special.
Well,
Would you rather have a sandwich?
No, I think the special will be fine.
Right. Special one. Yes, sir?
Glass of water, please.
The special's very good.
Just a glass of water.
Sure you wouldn't want a sandwich or something?
I'll take a piece of that melon over there.
Right.
Any idea what it's all about?
Nope. This morning, Comrade Elaine.
Something to drink? Something to drink for you?
No, thank you. Comrade Elaine took me for a ride on a sightseeing bus.
Which sightseeing bus?
Grand Tours, 5th and Main.
I tailed you after you called to Meadowcrest. You picked up something at Lloyd and Main, right? When you crossed the street.
Right. Coiled spring, blue steel, about 3 inches long, 1/4 of an inch in diameter. Was wrapped in an oily rag. I got a piece of the rag.
Put it under your napkin. I'll get it when I get up. Next time you cross Lloyd and Main, stop on the opposite side of the street, in front of the drugstore. Stand with your back to the window. Put your hands behind you. Try to expose whatever it is you're holding. We'll have a camera rigged. Check, please.
Thanks. Come in again.
Well, I guess it's just a little too early for melon.
Is everything okay by you?
Oh, yeah, fine. Just fine. to? Meadowcrest again?
Yes, we haven't much time. We're expected there at 9:30.
By an odd coincidence, I was expected at my office at 9:30.
We aren't going to talk about breathing spells again, are we, comrade?
Not on your life, comrade. No breathing spell for you, me, or the FBI waiting in Meadowcrest. Same setup? Corner of Lloyd and Main?
No.
Oh?
The relay method has been changed. We've used the street intersection system for the past month. That's too long in too many places, both in the city and suburbs. From now on, we'll use coasters.
Coasters?
Innocent go-between. For example, someone hands an elevator operator a sealed envelope. Tells him he was supposed to give it to a tall man in a checked coat, but that he can't wait any longer, and would he do it for him?
I get it. 10 minutes later, a tall man in a checked coat does arrive. That's me. The envelope is exchanged without any direct contact.
Exactly. It's a surprisingly easy system, too, comrade. Americans seem to enjoy doing favors for strangers. I like using the coasters. The innocent bystanders. I enjoy seeing their friendly, cooperative faces when I know what they're doing for us.
Sorry, FBI. Plans changed. No photograph today. And still not even the slightest idea what this is all about.
Now you have it straight?
Let me see. I go to the corner newsstand. I ask the news dealer if somebody left a package for a man in a checked coat. He gives me the package.
And then you go directly across the street to the public lockers in the bus station.
Put the package in one of the lockers, put the key to the locker in this envelope, and mail the envelope in the corner mailbox. Yeah, I've got it.
Comrade, something displeases you?
Frankly, yes. Seems to me we go an awfully long way to do a very little.
Correction, comrade. A little can get us a long way with so many of us doing it.
I guess you're right at that.
I know I am. Don't let it get you down, comrade. This will be your last errand for a while.
Meaning?
Security. The occupational hazard of the courier is overuse. You'll get your breathing spell, comrade. You better go now.
What timing. Me on my last run and the FBI waiting in the wrong place. Steady, Philbrick. She can see you from the car. Don't overplay it. You're just mailing a letter. Or a timetable that's supposed to look like a letter. Okay. So much for the easy part.
No trouble?
No trouble. Tobacco at home. Mind if I stop and get some?
No hurry now. Except for you and that business that can't get along without you. That's stupid. Making a U-turn in the business street. A ticket from a policeman can't possibly help us, you know.
I'll just be a minute. Okay, Dressler. You can get your photograph after all. And thank heavens I can trust you to mail the key.
Any luck?
We nailed it. Comes from the Letterman Metal Parts Factory, about 20 miles out of Meadowcrest.
Fine.
Does it add up all the way?
I don't know. I'm waiting for the overlay drawing and that part we picked up at the bus station locker this afternoon. Take a look at this overlay box. These are metal parts smuggled out of various metal factories around the city. Through agents and friends, we intercepted them. 3 out of 5 factories, incidentally, are visible from a sightseeing bus.
Karma Delane's scout car, huh?
Yeah. Number 1, the Ordine plant along the bus route. One of our agents intercepted this from a commie long enough to get a good look at it. Number 2, well, the order doesn't matter. The Letterman plant near Meadowcrest from Philbrick. 3 and 4. More parts intercepted by our own agents.
What is it?
I'll be sure in just a moment. That may be the answer. The overlay of the part Philbrick brought to us today. Thanks. Pay dirt, Collins. I sent out to an assembly plant this morning and got a complete overlay made. Now watch.
It's a 45 automatic?
With a few parts still missing. Among them, the hand grips.
Hand grips? Those are made out at the Woodburg Stamping Works.
Yeah. And tomorrow, Collins, we'll have the Woodburg Stamping Works well covered. It's about time we started doing a little collecting ourselves.
I don't get it. Why all the trouble just to sneak out a gun?
It's not just a gun, Collins. It's a gun that doesn't exist on any records anyplace. The few comrades who get by security and work in these plants always manage to steal these parts before the serial numbers are put on.
Uh-huh. And they're spare parts that would never be missed if we weren't looking for them.
That's right. An excellent murder weapon when and if the occasion arises. Also, a gun a day means 5 guns a week, 250 guns a year. They're in the ordnance business, Collins.
Hello?
I just called to tell you those out-of-town trips I mentioned have been canceled. I'll be able to give your account a lot more time now. That is, if you're interested.
Oh, we're interested, all right. But I wouldn't concentrate on our last project. We consider it more or less closed, except for some detail work.
Good. Well, I'll keep in touch.
Do that. Goodbye. And thanks for your interest.
Don't mention it. Bye.
It's $1.35, sir. Thanks. You work late a lot, don't you? Overtime,
Sort of.
Sort of. Well, either you get paid or you don't.
I get paid. Sort of. Night. With a greasy rag and the description of a small spring, the FBI was able to pinpoint and subsequently smother the communist plan to distribute murder weapons. Next week, we'll bring you another story from the files of Herbert A. Philbrick, citizen, communist, counter-spy.